season's here. Just from the outside looking in, I don't know how closely you track the other teams. What do you think of the Pac-12 this year? Do you think it's pretty deep?
Well, I think other than mostly the Beavers, I think some of us have underachieved a little bit, or maybe not quite doing quite as well as some other. The depth of the conference, I don't know if it's we've really made a national statement at this point yet. Of course, a lot of things are yet to be determined on who's going to be the team that comes out with the most glittering record and the champion and so forth, and the possible national seeds, and then of course what happens in the playoffs. And hopefully we can, the Pac at least, can repeat what's happened the last couple of years. I think all 12 of us or 11 of us would take that at this point. Take one team winning the championship, and of course we all would like it to be our club. So we'll wait and see.
You got USC coming in this weekend, obviously. They've won some quality games already. What have you seen out of that team?
Well, they had a lot of youngsters in their lineup, and their starting rotation was young, and they're all a year older, and I think they're reaping the benefits of that. Wheatley, Twombly, Lee, and Strahan that's a solid three guys, and a couple of them are off to good starts, and then a couple of their hitters are hitting over 400, and they're, like I said, they're a year older, more experienced, and I would expect it to be a very difficult series for us.
For you guys, how important is it opening these first 6 conference games at home and taking advantage of that?
Well, you'd like to hold serve, so to speak. Certainly playing at home is more advantageous than the alternative. And then the 2 clubs that we're playing, at least in recent past, they've not been contenders. But who knows? Like I said, USC is a team that's a year older. The coaching staff's been intact for a year, which is another thing that they had to overcome last year. And they're USC. Let's remind ourselves of that. Some of those kids are in Southern California. We were aware of them. They were kids that we had an interest in, and many other baseball schools did across the nation, and they got them to sign a letter of intent at USC. So, and then Utah looks like they're off to a slow start. And that might be one that you'd say, well, we better hold serve on that. But I don't care who it is. All 11 teams have a chance to beat you, and all 11 teams have a chance to be swept, and all 11 teams have a chance to sweep you. And that's what makes the league so intriguing, that you better be ready to compete each and every weekend. And so we don't look at it as we better be 6-0 or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. But I think to a man, my staff, my players, we could be 0-16 at this point, and what the league represents is a fresh start and a chance to, since we don't have a conference tournament, a chance to earn an automatic qualifying spot for the NCAA tournament, which is one of everybody's goals and objectives.
With Thorpe bouncing back nicely last week and gold well on Sunday, how are you feeling about the staff going into Pac-12 compared to maybe where it was 2 or 3 weeks ago?
I don't know if we're hitting on all cylinders just yet. Again, Crook throwing too many pitches. He's trying to address that. Tommy's got one really good start under his belt, so hopefully he can build on that. Jeff Gold's been probably out of the 3 guys the most consistent, but really only had one chance of being a weekend guy. So I think there's some still unanswered questions. I like at times the way we've contributed from the bullpen. Even the back end of the bullpen, Clevenger and Reed have been spectacular at times, and then there's been some bumps in the road at times. So I think the continuity, the depth and the quality of our arms, I think there's more guys that we can go to. I'm not so sure we've been as effective as in recent years how we've gone into the conference, if that makes any sense to you.
With a guy like Tommy, I mean, what's the